at the new Elk Country Inn, coming this May.
At the Rocky Mountain Yeti Jackson Hole Base Camp, they have new vehicles fit for every adventure. They have new Ford, Ram, and Jeep vehicles right now, including a wide selection of upfitted trucks. Come meet the friendly team of experts that will awaken and ignite your adventurous spirit and get you back on the road in no time. Let them help you get back to adventure at the Rocky Mountain Yeti Jackson Hole Base Camp today.
All right, I think I got it figured out. Sorry, the stream broke. That's usually good for one broken stream a game.
Yep. While we were out, we had Carson Hardiman score a nice layup for 2. Jackson taking the lead 2-0.
2-0, so you haven't missed a whole lot, but Jackson in the lead in the early going. And I am almost ready to get myself together.
There'll be 2 for Seb Brunner.
Thank you.
And he'll also go to the line.
Seb Brunner to the line is 50% free throw shooter in the early going this season. Small sample size, though, just the 2 games of Riverton. This is that one. Just underway here in the boys' game. Jackson up 4-0 over the Teton Timberwolves. Isaac Larson's pass for Hannah does a good job trying to save that one. Bounces it off of Jerome Hoosevelt. And yes, they will say that was a good move. Jackson ball. Hannah will inbounds. Jackson with a 4-0 lead. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first. Just underway. Isaac Larson, top of the key. Running the floor here over to Harlan, far side. Carson Harlan, nowhere to go really. And he comes back out here for Seb. Right back to Harlan. Harlan can't penetrate. Seb will try a long 3. Good! And that's Seb Brunner when he's at his best. That was a big-time major league 3. He got his 3 points worth. Tom Hoosevelt works the ball to Prissell. Prissell inside. Now kicks it back out to Ty Brown. Brown in amongst the trees. Misses a shot. Good job by Gavin Keelan to contest that one. And Jackson with the ball again. And a 7-0 lead here. Now Seb wants to slow things down. Over to Isaac Larson. Inside to Hannah. Beautiful pass to Keelan. That was some tic-tac passing there. That looks sweet. 9-0. And Coach Hoosevelt has seen enough. He calls a timeout as the Timberwolves have just been ambushed in the early going. 9-0 right now.
Yeah, we got Seb Brunner with 5 of the 9, Gavin with 2, and Carson with 2 as well, off to a hot start.
Woo, well, that's the usual 3 that we, 2 of the 3. Seb
will usually be counted in there.
Good.
Almost all the time.
Good start for Coach Hatfield. Couldn't have drawn it up any better right now. As Jackson with a 9-0 lead, and I think we're back to the stream. If you were following along with us and now you switched over to radio because we lost the video stream, you can now switch back safely to the video stream, I believe. So we'll see if Coach Hoosevelt for the Timberwolves can settle his team down. As boy, they've just been rudely greeted here in Jackson Hole. 4:33 to go in the first, just underway, and Jackson already enjoying a 9-0 lead. And the inbounds pass coming from Braxton Hess. Jackson showing a little bit of pressure here over to Tom Hoosevelt. Hoosevelt, the three-point specialist, works to Jerome, his brother. His pass intended for Hess off his hands, and another turnover in Jackson basketball. Keelan will inbounds. Teton does not press a lot. The boys' team or the girls' team, they fall back into coverage here. And Isaac Larson to Seb Brunner. Seb with a long 3. Looked good, but he just can't get it to fall. Rebound, Davis Wood, and Teton brings it back up. Purcell hands off to Jerome Roosevelt. Jerome, bounce pass inside is a nice one to Wood, but he loses the handle. Coming the other way, it's Isaac Larson. Isaac, he's going to kick it back out to Harlan, top of the key. Keelan thought about it. Now he's going to go to a wide open Brunner. His shot, good, and that's from distance. 12-0. Jackson with 3:45 to go. Teton. Purcell, his shot, no good.
The energy here has come up quite a bit in
Yeah.
this first.
Boys with a fast start and really looking sharp here.
This will send Hannah to the line again. He was 0-2 while we were down.
All right. Andrew Hanna, who is a,
So 38% free throw.
to put it nicely, yes, a horrendous free throw shooter. But he's got that
He's
one.
got that
All right,
one.
Andrew. I'm going to keep saying how
Just
bad
in
you are,
spite of
Hannah.
you.
Yeah. Hannah, you are a terrible free throw shooter. We'll see if that makes it work for him. 13-0 now football score with 3:29 to go in the first. Hannah makes them both, so that's all he
50%
needs.
today.
Yeah, he needs a little negative
Seems like it.
motivation. Again, Jackson with sort of a token full pressure here, but Teton breaks it. Hess over to Davis Wood. His shot is good. If Teton finally on the board, it's Wood with the 2 points, the 6'8 junior. Wood does not get a lot of starting time, but he's in the lineup here just to contend with Jackson Sives, I believe. Seth
Most
Brunner
likely.
kicks it out, and that shot no good from Keelan. And here comes Teton Braxton Hess. He's a pretty good three-point shooter. I wouldn't leave him open, but they do, and he misses. Hannah fights for the rebound, but it's in the hands of Isaac Larson. Larson across the timeline, gets a pick from Keelan. He'll use it, or Hannah rather. Good. Isaac Larson, the lefty, his first points of the afternoon, 17-2 Jackson. And again, they pressure and a whistle and a travel as they cause the turnover there on Hunter Johnson, I believe.
Change of pace from the girls to the guys game is shining through quite a bit.
Yeah, and both these teams, and we didn't have time to mention in the pregame, but Teton loves to run, and so does Coach Hatfield. So he talked, we'll get a chance to play what he said at halftime maybe, but he expected this to be a very fast-paced game. Teton loves to push the ball, and so does Jackson. So that's that energy you're talking about, Marie. Both these teams off to a running start. Hannah inside, being guarded there by Wood. Tries a couple of moves, just can't get loose. And now to Keelan. Gavin, back over to Hannah, and that's out of bounds.
It's a good look, but just
Good
didn't quite
idea,
get
you're
to
right.
him.
Keelan drove the lane, got shut off, and then tried to get it out to Hannah. Just missed on the pass, but it was the right idea. As Teton brings it up, Braxton Hess. Triple teamed and throws it away. Gavin Keelan with the intercept. Gavin hands off to Larson. Jackson throws it, slows it down now. Isaac inside to Hannah. Hannah spin move, puts it up. No good. Nice rejection there by Davis Wood to be a jump ball. But Wood is 6'8", so is Hannah. And that time the two 6'8" guys neutralized each other.
How crazy is that? We
Big
have two
kids.
6'8". I know Hannah's a sophomore. I'm not sure about.
Yeah. Wood's a junior, and those two are going to see a lot of each other this afternoon,
yeah.
I'm thinking. Isaac Larson works it to, that's Wood inside. His shot is no good, but we got a whistle here, and
Calling that on Isaac Larson.
Isaac, his first team.
He was down
Second.
there, squaring up with
Yeah,
Wood's
Isaac
6'8".
giving away some height there. Isaac Larson just 5'9" on the 6'8" Wood, who will go to the line, the junior. Looks at this and misses off the back of the rim, too strong. 17-2. Jackson in the early going, just swamping these Timberwolves. Hess checks out of the game.
Got Sam Scott in the game for the Bronx.
Thank you. Jerome Roosevelt checks in for the Timberwolves, and Sam Scott seeing his first action for the Bronx. Buck 37 on the clock here in the first. That one's good. It's 17-3. And Isaac Larson, the point guard, will bring The ball up court for Jackson. Keelan sets him a pick. Inside pass to Hannah. Nice floater. Beautiful touch. But Hannah cannot convert. Teton coming the other way with pace. Up and in. It's Tom Hoosevelt with his first points, and it's 17-5. So Teton with a little bit of an answer here. Isaac Larson. We'll see how Jackson responds. Isaac to Gavin Keelan. Keelan top of the key with Jerome Hoosevelt on him. Scott back to Seb Runner. Seb, a little bit of dribbling. Now to Keelan, top of the key. Again, they'll try something else. Keelan drives the lane, lost the handle on the way there, but that's because of Denver Arnold, who's going to get whistled. His first, team third. And a 12-point lead for Jackson with 56 seconds to go in the opening frame. And
this will be
triggering in is Larson. Fourth team foul on Teton now as that gets updated. Larson passed to Hannah. It was open for a moment, but kicks it back out to Isaac. Jackson's just going to settle down and slow it down here. You got a big lead. No reason to get speedy. Wait for something to develop. Isaac, nice dribbling. Now kicks it over. Shot from Scott. That's off the mark. Strong. Rebound Teton. Jerome Hoosevelt. He's deadly from the outside, but he gets the ball poked away. That's a reach-in foul on.
It'll be on Andrew Hannah.
His first, team third. 32 seconds to go. Teton with the ball, but they trail 17-5. Tom Hoosevelt into his brother Jerome. Hoosevelt back outside here to Tom. Tom Hoosevelt drives the lane. That was too easy, but he can't get it to go. Scott with a rebound, and the reach over the back by Davis Wood. The fourth Teton foul. Good job by Scott to go up for the board there. That was easy penetration by Hoosevelt, but he missed the layup. 20 seconds to go. Jackson playing for a last shot here. Is Isaac Larson very slow. That's just a bad pass to Keelan. They're lucky that Gavin was able to reel it in because Denver Arnold was sitting all over it. Seb Brunner getting a little bit in the trees there, but he gets his shot off. It was Davis Wood was on him, and Seb giving away a little bit of size. He'll go to the line here, though. The foul on Davis Wood.
He's 0-1 from the line right now, but he's a 50% average free throw shooter.
All right.
On the season.
Chance to extend the lead. 12-point lead right now. We'll see if Seb can build it a little bit more. 5.3 seconds to go here in a fast-paced first. So fast we were unable to even get it started on our video stream. Seb hits the first one, and it's 18-5. Scott and Larson both sitting back, guarding against the fast break the other way. Seb converts both of them.
That puts him in double digits for scoring. He's got 10 points.
He's off to a fast start. Last chance, three-pointer at the buzzer is good, and they'll count it. That's Hunter Johnson with his first points. The senior drains one, but still Jackson pretty happy about the start here. It's 19-8 in the early going. We'll be back with more on the home of the Bronx, KZ95 and Jackson Hole Radio.
At High Country Linen's paper and cleaning supply outlet, we've got you covered. We have cleaning supplies for all your needs, like Bona hardwood floor cleaner, brooms and mops, dusters and buffers, Swiffers and brushes, scrubbers and squeegees for every job, Murphy oil, orange oil, and Pledge for your home or office, products from the Clean Environment Company, Envirox, and bathroom cleaners from the Natural House for the safe environmental solution. For dishwashers to laundry, Cascade and Jet Dry, Dawn and Joy, Tide, Arm & Hammer, Shout, Clorox, and Bounce. And get the window cleaning tools the pros use. Spray bottles, extended washers, buckets, and squeegees for the cleanest windows. Browse products at highcountrylinen.com or call 739-1311, 739-1311, or drop in at High Country Linen's Paper and Cleaning Supply Outlet, 335 North Glenwood Street, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and don't forget, we deliver.
Here's your voice of the Jackson Bronx, Jake Nichols on KZ95.
Jake Nichols alongside Marie King providing color. New fresh 8 minutes on the board for the second quarter. Jackson with an early lead here, 19-8. They look pretty good, Marie.
Yeah. I mean, they're off to a fast start, but, you know, their 5 are really racking up the points and have over a 10-point lead already.
Gavin Keelan. Jackson has the ball inside to Hannah. Hannah taking advantage of Gus Purcell, but he can't make the shot. And it'll come the other way. Teton on the rebound. And that might have been steps. Was that a travel?
Double dribble, they were going to call that one. You know, Sam Scott's getting quite a bit of playing time in this beginning, and he really just wants the rebounds for being, you know, smaller for this team, which is everyone.
He reminds me of J.C. Chatham and the girls' team where they're both, you know, they're guards, they play perimeter, but they'll go in there for rebounds.
See, there he is.
Yeah,
height with Gavin.
Good point. Sam wanted that rebound, but Gavin Keelan took it from us. I'll do that, and he did. The board and the putback, and it's 21-8 now, Jackson with the lead. Oh, and
Seb getting up there.
good job by Denver Arnold to put Seb Brunner in the air, and then Brunner came down on top of Arnold. He'll pick up a foul here. Seb's trying to explain away what he did, and and now Hatfield is going to go get him, and he'll check in Carson Harlan. Seb's still trying to plead his case. But
Seb's not too happy about that.
Seb, you can't land on the other team. That is definitely a foul. 7:09 to go in the half. 21-8 Jackson. Substitutions also for Teton. Ty Brown checks back in the game along with Jerome Roosevelt. Out comes Denver Arnold, who was the landed-on party, and Hunter Johnson. Teton with the ball. Inbounds pass to Prissel, who hands off to Tom Roosevelt. Roosevelt kicks it over to his brother Jerome. Jerome, wide open, is Ty, but he works it to Hess. Hess, dangerous from the perimeter, but nobody really finding a shot here. Jackson doing a good job to contest even the three-point shot. That one no good by Tom Roosevelt. Jerome kicks it back out to Hess. He'll try a three, and that's good. Braxton Hess, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, and it's 21-11 now. 6:37 to go in the half. Carson Harlan, he'll drive the baseline, kick it over to Sam Scott. Scott back to Harlan. Harlan slows it down. Thought he was going to hand off to Keelan. He didn't. His drive lost the handle, and Hess steals it. Now a whistle and a travel on Tom Roosevelt, who didn't like the call, and he gave the ref a look.
I think that'll be either the first or second travel call in this game, which is a bit of a change of pace from the girls' game.
When we had like
all travels.
10 and 10 seconds. Jackson with the ball and a 10-point lead here. I'd love to head to the locker room at the half with that lead. Let's see if they can hang on to it. Bounce pass inside to Hannah. Hannah kicks it back out to Isaac Larson, and he put that stutter step on. That gets called so often.
Yep.
When you
It'll
take
get
that
every
first
time,
step, as you receive the pass, you take that first stutter step thing before you dribble, and it's technically a travel. It doesn't really look like it, but the refs think it is. Nice drive there by Jerome Roosevelt, but the door is shut.
Seemed to get stuffed by the backboard
Was
on
it Hannah?
that one.
Yeah, I think Hannah gave him a little option. He gave him no room.
I think he scared him a bit, and then he went into the backboard with the ball.
Went right onto the bottom of the backboard with it, because Hannah just shut off all real estate. Teton still with the ball, though. Purcell hands off to Roosevelt. He's dangerous from distance, and he's got it. Tom Roosevelt, the sophomore, is their three-point specialist, and he makes it 21-14. Jackson hasn't had some points in a little while. Nice pass by Harlan inside to Hannah, who is fighting in there. They're going to call travel. It did not look like he moved his pivot foot.
He was slid, pushed a little. He was iffy on that one, but moved a little bit.
He got triple teamed once inside. It was a crafty pass, but Hannah was just swamped as soon as he got the ball. Now a travel there on Teton.
Well, I say that we're not going to be calling too many travels, and here we are.
You did it, Marie.
I must have.
21-14. That is a football score as Scott inbounds to Larson. Isaac wipes some sweat from his eye and over the timeline. Isaac, left-hand dribble. Top of the key, was open for a moment, but he won't take it. Now kicks it out to Harlan. Harlan will take one. 18-footer. Good.
That was a nice shot from Harlan.
Pretty
Pretty
shot.
good form, yeah.
His first points of the afternoon, 23-14.
That'll be his fourth points.
Sorry.
Well, 4 points, 2 shots.
Meanwhile, Tom Hoosevelt misses from just beyond the arc, and Teton ball, or Jackson ball. It's Larson again up court. Isaac. He's got Purcell on him. Far side, Scott. Sam Scott in the corner gets it to Keelan. Keelan going to hand up. No, Keelan's going to drive. It's there for him. He puts it up and in. Nice play. Gus Purcell got over there on defense, but back courtside in Jackson, I think. Technical stuff is not my forte. That's why I'm glad to have the SBI production crew coming back.
Oh, yeah.
I think we got to work that, though. By the way, that message from Century 21 reminds me that we have to pick a relentless player of the game going back to the girls' game. So I think that should be your chore all season, Marie. Who do you think our relentless player of the game for the Bronx? And now it can be, by the way, the other team, if that was the case, like if we got totally wiped out.
Right. I mean, there's no really other person to say other than Rachel Noyce with her 11 rebounds and 19 points.
I figured you were going there. Yeah.
She
Rachel
seems to be the
Noyce.
standout one for the girls for sure.
She was, that the new face. We were talking about her in the pregame. We said, watch out for this kid. Coach Joyce was talking about Rachel, saying she's one of the best post-up forwards she's ever seen, ever coached. And, yeah, she looked at early on, it looked like the Lady Timberwolves were kind of aware of her, but then it didn't matter. Rachel said, I'm just taking over. And, yeah, she really did. So I think how we sound on the radio.
You're not on.
All right. We're going to figure out the radio end of things, and then we'll be back to do some halftime stats so far for the Jackson Bronx and the Teton Timberwolves. They got off to a really fast start, Jackson did, and then the T-Wolves kind of pushed back. And we got a 28-22 game right now at the half. We'll be back in a minute, get some stats to you as we're ready to retap here in about 5 minutes for the second half. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on Jackson Hole Radio and KZ95.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local while staying at the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, or 49er Inn and Suites. With the best entertainment, dining, shopping, bars, and brews all in walking distance, you'll never want to leave. Call 1-800-4-TETONS or find them on the web at townsquareinns.com.
At High Country Linen Service, we know that first impressions begin at your front door. More than 80% of the dust, dirt, and grime in buildings is tracked in from the outside. Entry mats eliminate most of that dirt before it gets into your building. For your cleaner and safer workspace, rental mats from High Country Linen Service are a must, and we've got you covered. Clean mats every week at all high-traffic areas, front and back doors, customer counters, kitchen entries, laundered and delivered to your floors. We're committed to clean energy for clean linen. Freshly laundered and sanitized premium quality linens, towels, aprons, and uniforms. Laundered and finished with cutting-edge energy-efficient technology. Good for the planet and good for your business. High Country Linen Service, delivering dependability and premium quality since 1931. Call 733-2638, 733-2638, or stop in at High Country Linen Service on North Glenwood.
You're watching and listening to live coverage of Jackson Hole High School sports on KZ95.
Back courtside, Jackson Hole High School and Lady Bronx salting away a victory in the first half of this double dip. And right now, Jackson boys also following the script. If we want a clean sweep, how'd the stats look in that one? I know Seb did some business. What else happened?
Seb has 10 in the time that he's played. Gavin follows pretty closely behind him with 8. Then we got Carson with 4, and then Isaac and Andrew both with 3.
All right. That's probably what we would predict. For the Teton Timberwolves, I think we've yet to see this team get into their game. In the games I've seen them, by the way, Teton comes in with a record of 3-2 under head coach Rob Hoosevelt. They've on a one-game win streak. Last played a victory over West Jefferson. The all-time matchup against Jackson favors the Jackson Bronx, actually. Jackson's won 7 of the 12 going back to 2005. And in the last 4 meetings between these teams, though, it's been all Teton, as you can imagine. Jackson's really had a tough go of it in the last few years. But Teton loves to run fast. Number 12, Tom Roosevelt, is their tray specialist from distance. Jerome Roosevelt, the junior, his little brother, is a heck of a dribble. Like, all this team does is push the ball up court. Jerome dribbles like he's going for the net, and then he kicks it out to his brother, and he's just money three. Bam, bam, bam. They get a little bit of that going. Braxton Hess will also shoot the three, but nowhere near what this team usually does. Maybe that's Jackson's defense showing up. I don't know.
I mean, it seems like it. I mean, with all the height they got down low, there's not much you can pull down there.
Yeah. So Jackson Bronx just not fearful that any penetrating is going to happen. And they've been guarding the perimeter a little closely. They're just not giving the good look, the free look at a three ball for Teton. So that just hasn't been there. Kind of a little bit of a low scoring half, 28-22. Not by Jackson's measure, but Teton usually going to score a lot more points than this. So
I mean, had a fast start for the Bronx for sure, and it's kind of stayed the same throughout that second quarter.
So far, so good for Coach Hatfield in his home debut. This team is 0-2 after 2 losses on the road to Cheyenne East and Cheyenne Central. And the first chance to get a look at these Bronx at home. And so far, so good as we get ready to start this second half. 28-22, the 6-point game. And again, we apologize for the technical difficulties, but that's all on me. I don't know what I'm doing. And usually have the SVI crew doing production for us going forward. They're just not available for this game. Jackson sends out Gavin Keelan, Andrew Hanna, Seb Brunner, Carson Harlan, and Isaac Larson. I believe the same
that'll
five
be the
that
same
started.
5. Mm-hmm. Which is the 5 that I predicted as well.
Is it really?
So I'm 2 for 2 on guessing starting lineups today.
Holy cow. Jackson basketball.
See Seb back for the first time in a little bit after a couple fouls.
Yeah, Seb took a couple fouls, but they're going to need his 3 before this is over.
Yep.
Isaac Larson out to Seb Brunner. Seb will try a drive here, just get things moving. I like it. As Jackson trying to sniff out something inside. Larson lost the handle here to Roosevelt. Tom Roosevelt over to Ty Brown underneath, and that's good. And Roosevelt to Brown. Teton coming out here in the second half with an answer. 28-24. Larson hands off to Seb Brunner on the far side. Brunner takes a little walk, drives the lane, kicks it over to Hanna. Hanna had that shot early. Now he's going to wait until he bodies down Purcell. Good job. I thought Hanna had it right away. Andrew didn't. He wanted to wait until Gus fell. That was a good idea. Baseline 3, no good from Hess. Jackson basketball.
That'll be Gavin's 5th rebound of the game.
Keelan's such a strong rebounder. So is Hanna, but kind of lost in Hanna's height is Keelan. He can rebound. Seb launches a long 3. It's no good off the back iron. Here comes Roosevelt the other way. Tom kicks it back out to Jerome. Jerome drives the lane. His kick out to Hess. Hess picked up immediately by Harlan, but he'll try a turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound, though. Teton, Jerome Roosevelt. Another try. 3 tries, and that's just too easy. I know Keelan was there, but Ty Brown, the 6'4 sophomore, and too many looks for Teton.
Jackson's got to get in there and crash the boards.
Yeah.
That situation.
That was just too many looks at the bucket. And Harlan gets a ball Larson, and he was upset. He took a foul there on purpose, reached in on Hess. That was Larson upset that he lost the handle, and then he just reached in, committed a foul on Hess, and now a 30-26 game. And Coach Roosevelt saying something to the referee. I don't know if he noticed Larson's foul, but that was a flagrant foul, and maybe that's what Roosevelt wants. 6:14 to go in the third. Jackson had a big lead, and they've watched it slowly slip away here. 30-26 now, and Teton's ball. Jackson showing some token full court pressure here as Hannah. They're waiting to trap Hess. They just can't do it, though, and Roosevelt gets it across the timeline over to Hess. Hess underneath to a wide-open Ty Brown, and he gets pounded by Keelan. Sorry, Seb Brunner. Seb picks up his third. He's going to have to sit again. And to the line, Tyson Brown, the 6'4" sophomore. Chance to make this as close as it's been, and that's now a 3-point game. Slowly, the Timberwolves have climbed back into it. Sam Scott checks in for Jackson. 6:03 to go in the third, and a 3-point game. Tyson Brown rattles in and out, no good, and Keelan does secure the rebound.
That'll be his 6th.
Gavin, wow.
He's got 6 rebounds and 8 points so far.
The game coming to Gavin right now. Harlan, far side, being guarded there by Roosevelt. Harlan will try it, now kick it out to Hannah. Over to Scott, he was open momentarily, just took too long, and now his pass to Harlan is into no man's land, into the stands, and another error as Jackson starting to melt down a little bit. Coach Hatfield is pacing.
Oh, yeah. That'll be their 7th turnover.
Ouch.
So far, which
that's not horrible.
Isn't horrible, especially compared to the last girls' game, but it's not great either, I'm sure. Hatfield's not happy about that one.
Ty Brown with Keelan on him, kicks it out to Roosevelt. Jerome Roosevelt, the junior, tried to get a pick there, and he got bumped hard. Now a whistle inside. Who is it? Foul on Jackson. That's their 2nd of the half. Nice little move there by Jerome Roosevelt. And he kicks it back out, or Tom rather. Outside, long shot, no good. That's Purcell who tried it. And the rebound, Jackson, is Harlan brings the ball up court for the Bronx. Inside pass to Hannah. That's a beauty. Good job there. Nice pass. And a good job by Hannah to immediately go to the basket. Too often when he gets the pass inside, he waits to see who's on him. He just went right to the hole there. And
yep.
Jackson 32-27. Baseline 3, no good from Jerome Roosevelt. We talked about Teton, usually a good perimeter shooting team, just haven't really found it yet. There's Tom Roosevelt. Teton crowd wanted a foul. That's Hess from 3, and he's good on the far side elbow. 32-30 now. Jackson still with a 2-point lead, but Teton showing signs of life. Penetration there by Larson takes a 15-footer. Uncontested, no good, and
they'll call that on
another foul on
Andrew.
Jackson.
They'll call it over the back on Andrew for that one.
Checking into the game, Davis Wood, as Teton goes big here. Wood, that 6'8" junior, usually matching up with Hannah. We'll see. Here comes Teton with a chance to tie this one. Nice bounce pass inside, and a good rejection by Gavin Keelan. Gavin is having a game.
Yeah.
Isaac Larson drives the baseline, and that's tipped away by Jerome Roosevelt as Larson was trying to get the ball to Harlan, but Roosevelt saw it all the way and knocks the pass out of bounds. Still Jackson ball, 4:02. They still up by a basket. Way out high to Gavin Keelan. Keelan, top of the key, puts a move on Ty Brown, goes to the hole, and that's rejected. He ran into Davis Wood, and that's a whole lot of wood.
The ref.
Yeah. Keelan's okay. He gets helped up by team. I thought for a minute Gavin was hurt, but he's smiling. He'll go to the line. 32-30. Jackson leads at 3:57. We'll see what the Bronx are made of here because they came out flying. At one point, they had a better than a dozen-point lead.
That'll keep Gavin at 100%.
That's impossible, Marie.
Shooting.
Are you sure your stats are not miscombobulated?
That's what it says.
Keelan. Just been
And that'll
automatic.
do it, too. He's 4-4 and now
Wow.
has 10 points, which puts him up there with Seb as top scorers of this game.
Gavin Keelan having a game. Certainly has to be considered for the Century 21 Relentless Player of the Game. Roosevelt off the mark with his 3. Rebound. Harlan has it for Jackson. He got scrambly for a minute, but Jackson with the ball. Keelan Thought about a three, won't take it. Now he's picked up his dribble. He's got to do something with it to Hanna inside. Hanna on Wood. That's not going to be easy, and he can't get it to go. Wood with good defense. Teton ball. Here's Roosevelt. Bounce pass, baseline. Shot from Ty Brown won't go, but a whistle.
They'll call an over the back on Teton for that one.
Wow, and the visiting crowd doesn't like it. Coach Roosevelt doesn't like it. And Ty Brown picks up the foul. That's Teton's second of the half. And now Denver Arnold checks in for Teton. Out comes Davis Wood. So Hanna might get a chance here with Wood checking out of the game as Teton goes small. Isaac Larson bringing the ball up court. Jackson with a 4-point lead now. Gets that pick from Keelan, but does not make use of it. Now he does and kicks it back out to Keelan. A little give and go. Gavin, now Larson from three. Everybody rises, no good. Good job by Scott to save it. Kicks it out to Harlan. Hanna back out top of the key to Scott. Jackson will reset. Sam Scott. Pass to Keelan. He did not know that was coming, but saving him is Larson. Sam Scott baseline to Carson Harlan. Now back out to Keelan. Keelan double teamed here, in trouble, but he gets it to Harlan. Carson Harlan went all over him as Roosevelt. That's a reach in, gotta be. And Roosevelt says that wasn't me, but yes it was. Isn't that a Shaggy song?
That was a pretty
me.
fast-paced little play there, yeah.
That got moving real fast, didn't it? As you feel Teton has picked up their defense. They're getting their hands in everywhere. I mean, a little aggressive there, and that's why Roosevelt picked up the foul, but all of a sudden they've got the message that they better pick up their defense. Harlan gets a pick from Keelan, and now over to Sam Scott. And Teton's looking to trap any chance they get. They're going to get two guys on you. As soon as they smell blood, they're going to try to trap somebody. Scott to Hanna. Hanna bounce pass, pretty one to Scott. Turnaround jumper short, out of bounds off the hands of Hanna.
That play was really just showing how this team is starting to, play basketball and make good passes, make thoughtful passes.
They are finding the open man. It's not easy because Teton's gotten real handsy. They're not allowing much. And they did find the open guy, Scott. Scott just couldn't finish it. And now Teton with the ball trailing by 4 to a wide open Hunter Johnson. Johnson back out top of the key, and Teton resets. Tom Roosevelt. Nice dribble drive. Now picks it outside. Hunter Johnson. Hands off the ball to Ty Brown. Ty Brown spin move in the paint. Back out to Hunter Johnson. Just nothing happening. Every time Teton penetrates, Jackson shuts it down. Inside there, though, that's a nice play. Denver Arnold converts, and that was a tough point in the paint. 34-32 as Ty Brown hit the deck. Hanna away from the ball, bumped into him. No call, though. Isaac Larson with the ball. Back out to Keelan. Keelan, far side to Harlan. Harlan drives, now going to go up in the air for one. No good. Rebound Denver Arnold. And Teton a chance to tie it for the first time. We'll see. 1:08 to go in the third. The Timberwolves have never led. They've never been tied. And now reach-in foul on Scott. Nobody in the bonus yet. With 1:06, it's a 34-32 lead for the boys here, for the Bronx. Jackson has had trouble closing games out. Last year they struggled a lot with that. Winnable games that they just couldn't finish. And it's a confidence issue. Hopefully it doesn't come back.
I think it also might be a young team
issue
too. Cause the only senior on the floor right now is Sam Scott. And
good point.
He's the only one that's played yet today. So I think it's also a little bit of both.
Yeah, they're young. They're still learning how to put teams away. And now foul on Carson Harlan. Picks up his first, team 5th. Jackson still with that 2-point lead, but Teton with the ball. Hess inbounds to Ty Brown. Tyson, the 6'4 sophomore, with Scott on him. That's a height mismatch. If they can get Ty Brown inside, they'll try. Hess puts up a prayer. That had no chance, partially blocked. And coming up with it is Isaac Larson. To Keelan. Gavin Keelan bounce pass inside to Hannah and a reach in on Denver Arnold.
That last shot on Teton, what I don't know the viewers heard, but the Jackson crowd is counting down from 5. So I wonder if he was under the impression that it was going to be a buzzer beater.
Keelan with a 3, won't go. Hannah skies for the rebound, and Jackson gets another chance here as Larson kicks it back out to Keelan. Still time, 25 seconds. Hannah underneath gets blasted by Ty Brown. I believe he's going to pick up the foul. It's Tyson Brown's second, team 5th. Both teams now with 5 fouls in the half. Jackson still stuck at 34-32 with 24 seconds. Inbounds pass over the head of Gavin Keelan. He tracks it down in the backcourt. Gavin with the ball now, and he's got to get it across the timeline. He does. Gavin's going to take it all the way himself. Up and in. Gavin Keelan having some kind of game as he split the defense. Ty Brown and Braxton Hess were right on him, but Keelan went right between them. Last second shot here for Teton. Who wants it? Up. It's Max Thomas, and he can't get it to go, and that's how the quarter will end. Jackson up 36-32. Final 8 minutes coming up. Let's take a break. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on KZ95.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Live play-by-play coverage of Jackson Bronx sports continues with Jake Nichols on KZ95.
We're back courtside in Jackson. The Bronx with a 36-32 lead over the Teton Timberwolves and trying to complete a 2-game sweep here at home. The home opener, and playing well so far. Seb, Jackson's been having to do it a lot without Brunner, who's in early foul trouble. It's been the Gavin Keelan show, really. Gavin's really taken this team.
He's got 12 points and 6 rebounds. He's also 4 for 4 from the free throw line, which keeps his 100% on the season.
He's blocked shots. He's been everywhere.
Yep, rebounds, blocking.
Sam Scott is back.
He's been playing pretty good, too. He's a
there.
pretty energetic player, especially for his size. And he has some good hops on him. He can really get up there.
He does. He's a pretty good jumper. As Teton trying 3-point shot from Jerome Roosevelt off the mark. He does save it momentarily. Let's see who comes up with a loose ball here, and he will. It's Jerome Roosevelt. Now he's going to get called. No, a reach in. It's Jackson foul. It's on Isaac Larson. For Larson, his 3rd. 4th?
That'll be his 4th foul.
Isaac getting in a little bit of trouble. And what do you do if you lose your point guard? He's done the majority of the ball handling here. We'll see if Coach...
Luckily for Coach Hatfield, he's not in lack of point guard ability. If Sebs comes back in, he'll be able to handle that.
Seb can handle that. So can Carson Harlan, who's got the ball now.
Even Gavin sometimes will be able to dribble pretty well.
36-32, Jackson with the ball. Scott kicks it out to Isaac Larson. Larson playing with 4 fouls over to Keelan, and now a whistle, and that's a timeout, I believe, called by Coach Hatfield, a short one. Yeah. Hatfield wants to talk things over. With 7:07 to go in the 4th, Jackson with a 4-point lead. That's the good news. Bad news is Isaac Larson with 4 fouls. Seb Brunner with 3 or 4, something like that.
I think he's at 3.
A little bit of foul trouble. Seb's got 4. Seb's got 4
Seb's
as well.
got 4.
So your backcourt right now is playing on a thin line. Gavin Keelan gets set to inbounds here. The good news is Keelan's having a game. Hannah, I think, still we're going to hear yet going to hear something from him, but he's
Yeah, I mean, he's got
kind of
7
been
points and
neutralized. Oh, all
5
right.
rebounds, so he's up there. He's just
I
being
mean,
a little
the
outshadowed by
expectation, yeah.
Gavin.
I have such high expectations for him. His first
Right.
2 games in Riverton, he had double-doubles in both of them. And for Hannah, I guess it's been quiet. Larson to Keelan, over to Harlan. Carson Harlan gets a pick. Now bounce pass to Larson. His 3 ball is way off the mark. Teton coming back with it. Hess over to Roosevelt to Ty Brown. Brown back to Jerome Roosevelt. Jerome, he's going to drive the lane and kick out. That's been the Teton bread and butter, really. A nice little floater in the lane there by Tom Roosevelt, and it's 36-34. Teton with good ball movement to find the open man. And now Isaac Larson gets that pick from Keelan back to Gavin Keelan. Every time down the court, that's what the Bronx run is, that pick. Hannah now works on, good job for Hannah, working on Gus Purcell. With Wood out of the game, it's Purcell guarding Hannah, and that's 6'8" against 6'3". So Andrew recognized that, made a good play, and now a travel is going to turn the ball over to Jackson again. And I think with Davis Wood out of the game, you've got to feed Hannah down low. He's got size on Purcell. I don't think Purcell, Gus, the senior, can really stay with Hannah. Isaac Larson back out top of the key to Keelan. He's got Ty Brown on him. Gavin patient with a 4-point lead here. Gavin's going to walk, and the whole building saw that one. You heard the Teton crowd jump out of their seats. They all made the travel call for the ref, and the ref made his own call as well. Hess and Roosevelt pitch it around, play pitch and catch in the backcourt, double dribble on Thomas Roosevelt. And it's back to Jackson. It's 5:48 to go in the fourth. The Bronx, if you're late with us, have led all the way. Got off to a red-hot start, cooled a little bit, and Teton showing some life here. Isaac Larson hands off to Carson Harlan on the far side. Harlan, he'll hand off to Scott, who lost the ball, and that's an over and back. Scott's trying to say,
that was a close one for sure. He was saying he didn't touch the ball.
Yeah.
I think his back foot was possibly off the ground, but still back on the other side of the court.
I think you're exactly right, Marie. So it's Teton's ball either way. Thomas Roosevelt gets a pick there from Gus Purcell. Now hands off to Jerome. Roosevelt over to Ty Brown. Ty Brown to Hess. Hess can shoot that 3. Jackson knows it, so they come out and guard him well. Roosevelt hands off to his brother. Whistle away from the play. And I believe it's on Tom Roosevelt. I don't know what, though. I think something about, the pick he set. And that'll turn things over. That's the second one on Thomas Roosevelt. 5:21 to go. Jackson still with a 4-point lead. Little pressure here in the backcourt, but Isaac Larson gets away from it. Now Larson runs right into Gus Purcell, and the tie-up. And the jump ball arrow, possession arrow favors Jackson. Carson Harlan will do the duties along the baseline. 5:14 to go. And all of a sudden, this fourth quarter has been pockmarked with whistles and not a lot of scoring.
Right, yeah.
Just
we were a little...
no flow to the fourth so far.
It was moving a little fast before. I guess they wanted to slow it down a bit.
Yeah. And now it's out to Gavin Keelan. He puts a move on his man, drives, and then lost the handle. Pile up underneath, and another jump ball, and this time Teton will take it. As Gavin Keelan had the right idea. A size mismatch. He went right to the hole, but he just lost the handle on the way there. 5 minutes to go in regulation. Jackson 4-point lead still. Braxton Hess up to Jerome Roosevelt. He'll try a 3. Off the back of the iron, no good. And Keelan sky high for yet another rebound.
That'll be his 8th today.
Isaac Larson pushes it ahead to Scott. Baseline 3. Good! And Sam Scott finally, somebody scores some points here, and that gets the fans out of their seat. Inside pass to a wide open Gus Purcell. Kicks it out to Roosevelt. Back to Purcell. Good, but we're not going to count it as he walked before he shot it. Now Coach Roosevelt says, we got to talk about this. We'll keep it here because I'm afraid to play a commercial. I think every time we do, we lose the video stream. So
Yep.
Apologies to our advertisers. We'll give them another shout out. This game always brought to you by our friends at Century 21, keeping our eye on a relentless player of the game. Our eyes are on number 24 right now, but we'll see.
That's for sure.
Jackson Lumber, Jackson's original board store, Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend-driven, high country linen, premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats. Wyoming Department of Transportation, keeping our highways safe. And the town square ends of Jackson Hole. Thank you, Clarine Law, for always backing up our high school sports. She's just been there forever. Elk Country Inn, Antler Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, and 49er Inn and Suites. You hear the name of our sponsor, that means they're supporting high school sports, and you should support them and the community. Jackson with the ball at a 41-34 lead here.
Teton putting on a bit of a press in that beginning.
They are. Sam Scott trying to save himself underneath, and I believe he drew a foul. He did. They'll shoot one-on-one. Scott will go to the line. He's not sure about it, but yes. The foul is on somebody. And again, I don't know why they're not making use of the player foul. I don't know. Maybe it's not working. Sam Scott to the line. Chance to help his team out. Hannah with a nice rebound there after Scott misses, but then gave it away. Hannah trying to feed Keelan. Ill-advised pass underneath, and it was picked off by Hess. Hess hands off to Hoosevelt. Jerome Hoosevelt gets scrambly, and he hands the ball off to Johnson. Johnson kicks it out to Brown. Brown to Hess. Hess gets a pick from Purcell. He'll take a three-pointer, and that's way off. Rebound, Keelan again. Gavin Keelan pushes it up to Scott. To Carson Harlan.
For him.
Wow,
Harlan. One more and he'll have a double-double in this game.
Harlan lost the handle, and here comes Teton the other way. Three-pointer from Jerome Hoosevelt. That's off the mark. And a rebound from Andrew Hanna. He'll slow it down. In fact, he tells Isaac Larson, no hurry here, kid. Bring it up slow. Sam Scott to Hanna. Hanna's wide open. Take it. And he does, and he gets it. Hanna turned around. I think he was surprised to find himself so wide open. He said, all right. 43-34, the lead back to a 9-point bulge. Underneath Ty Brown, too easy. He got wide open, nobody on him. And Tyson Brown with a bucket, and with 3:10 to go in regulation, Isaac Larson, a pick from Hanna. Now out to Harlan, had a open look for a moment. He'll take the 15-footer, no good. Off the front of the rim. Rebound, Hunter Johnson pushes it ahead to Hess. Now over to Hoosevelt, thought about a three. Inside pass to Brown, and that gets away out of bounds. Tyson dove to save it, but just could not. Jackson basketball. Andrew Hanna will inbound. Seb checks back into the game for Jackson.
First time we've seen him in a little bit.
Yep, replacing Sam Scott. Hanna inbounds. Boy, I thought that was to nobody, but it's to Larson. He doesn't have the numbers, so he'll pull up and wait. Seb Brunner takes a prayer of a shot, won't go. And here comes Teton the other way. Hoosevelt now back to his brother Jerome. Jerome Hoosevelt, he'll take a long three. That's short. Carson Harlan with the board. Harlan coming the other way in a hurry. Hanna, his shot partially blocked. His rebound and blocked again. Both times it was Jerome Hoosevelt. The junior is only 6'1" compared to Hanna's 6'8". He did a good job to block both of them, but the second time he got too much of Hanna's arm, not enough of the ball. Hanna to the line.
He's 3 for 6 right now from the line this game.
They're going to need a couple from him here. He can't get that to go. 43-36, 2:30 to go. Jackson trying to ice this one against this pesky Timberwolf team. The Bronx have led all the way as Hanna converts the second.
He keeps that 50% free throw percentage of
hanging
this game.
in there, yeah.
Hanging in there.
Jerome Hoosevelt hands off to Hess. Back to Tom Hoosevelt. Tom drives the lane. He gets shut off there by Hanna. I thought I heard a whistle. And a ball out of bounds off the Timberwolves. 2:17 to go in regulation. Andrew Hanna inbounds. Can't find anybody open. Now he gets Seb Brunner, who goes right to the lane himself. Reverse layup, no good. Harlan was there for the rebound, but it went over his head. And now here comes Teton. Pace picking up as Jerome Hoosevelt tries a tough one in the lane. No good. In and out. Hannah with a rebound, hands off to Isaac Larson. Full court pressure here from the T-Wolves. As Marie has pointed out, they're starting to press. They have to. They're down by 8 here, and a whistle and a timeout. A full timeout, and against my better judgment, we will take a break. We'll be right back after this word.
Experience Jackson Hole like a local. Recently renovated, the 49er boasts a new lobby, extended continental breakfast, indoor swimming pool, fitness facility, and 12-person outdoor hot tub. Located on Pearl Street, the 49er is just 3 short blocks from Jackson's greatest bars and restaurants, where you'll find your home away from home. Enjoy your time in Jackson as part of the Town Square Inns, and stay at the 49er Inn and Suites.
Your home for Jackson Hole High School sports is KZ95. Let's get back to the game.
Back courtside, Jackson Hole High School Gymnasium for Jackson Hole Radio. I'm Jake Nichols, Marie Kane alongside. Exciting finish to this one. Looks like it. Lady Bronx able to seal away a win earlier, and the Jackson Bronx trying to do the same here. With 1:57 to go in the fourth, they have an 8-point lead, 44-36. Low-scoring game maybe for Teton, but for the Jackson Bronx, it's kind of average for them. They're not a explosive team, but they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, they came out pretty fast and explosive. I felt like it was going to be a little faster than that, but, you know, we have some of our better shooters in some foul trouble. So with Seb being out a lot of the game, that's not exactly good for the Bronx.
Full court press works there for Teton. They get the turnover as Hannah made a bad inbounds pass. Three-pointer is good from Thomas Roosevelt, who that's his MO right there. And now hitting the deck is Keelan. And a 44-39 game. And you got to be careful with these Timberwolves. You got Hess and Roosevelt who can both hit threes, and that three ball can get you back in a game in a hurry. But to the line, Gavin Keelan has.
See if he can keep that 100%. Still going 4 for 4 and 100% on the season.
Teton now with 9 fouls in the second half. And as Marie points out, Keelan has been automatic from the charity stripe so far. And these getting a little more pressure filled, though, here late in the game. These are important ones. He does not get the roll there. Ty Brown with a board. And with 96 seconds to go in this one, Hess all the way himself and a chance for a three-point play.
And that might foul out Seb Brunner. I didn't see much contact on that one, but
Seb is trying to tell Coach Hatfield, I really didn't touch him, but out comes Brunner. In is Scott, and more importantly it's now a three-point game, and Braxton Hess momentum now turning the Maroons' way as Hess has a chance to close his team within 2, and he does. 44-42. Full court pressure again. Hannah loses the handle to Hess. Teton with a steal. Out to Jerome Roosevelt. And a chance to tie for the first time this game. Thomas Roosevelt up and in. Jerome Roosevelt. And we're tied at 44. Time out. And oh boy, has this one turned.
The Teton crowd's getting loud for that one.
They have come in force, as you can imagine. They're just over the hill. An easy commute to make. And Coach Hatfield has his work cut out for him here as he gets out the chart and explains some things. But more important than the X's and O's, he needs to settle these kids down. As you pointed out, this is a young team, and he's got to let them know in this last minute that this is still their game to win.
Yep. They came in pretty hot, and they just need to get back to that mindset. I mean, tie game is kind of just like the beginning 0-0, so.
It's tough. I mean, yes, technically a 44-44 game is just 0-0, just like a start. But try telling that to a team that at one point had a 12-point lead.
Right.
And all of a sudden that confidence is shattered, and momentum is on the side of the visitors as they're starting to feel it. This is going to be an exciting finish with 1:17 to go in regulation. Inbounds pass coming from Hannah, and again, full court pressure by Teton. He gets it to Keelan. Gavin Keelan making a move on Ty Brown, gets it over the timeline. Keelan putting on a dribbling clinic, although Purcell with the steal. And a jump ball, no, a timeout. We're going to say the timeout was called by Roosevelt while Purcell had the ball. So a good job there by Coach Roosevelt. It looked like a jump ball, and the arrow was going, I thought the arrow was going Jackson way. It won't matter now because a good job by Coach Roosevelt to call the timeout as Purcell had the ball. So now a minute 6. And these, when it gets down late, this starts to become a chance for the coaches to shine. Where are the girls going?
They're going over to the black hole to make the student section stand up.
I like that. I thought they were leaving. Like, wait a minute.
No. They're trying to get some energy going on over there, which has been,
the building
low.
Is feeling
there's
like
a lot of
Teton.
I know there's a whole lot of Jackson kids over there. They're just not getting a student section going.
So good job by the girls varsity team to go over there in the black hole, fill the hole. Here's Tom Roosevelt gets the ball to Ty Brown, over to Jerome Roosevelt. Jerome drives the lane. It's there for a moment. Now he kicks it out to Thomas Roosevelt, gets a pick, kicks it out to Ty Brown. Nobody wants to be the hero here as Hess. He gets a pick from Purcell, kicks it out to Roosevelt. He'll try a baseline 3. That's good. And Teton has their first lead of the game as Hannah inbounds to Harlan. Back to Hannah, over to Isaac Larson. Larson puts on a move, a whistle, and a reach-in foul will send Larson to the line, and these are big ones, 29 seconds.
He's 0-1 from the line right now, but a 60% free throw shooter.
Last year, he was around 60 or 70. He was a pretty good free throw shooter last year. Yep, 47-44. He's not going to be able to tie it from here as Wheelos gets set to check in for Jackson. Larson with the first is good, and they needed that. 47-45. Timberwolves lead for the first time this afternoon. And see how the Bronx respond. Isaac Larson looking for his second shot here as Hayden Wheelo gets set to check in. Shot is missed, but Jackson with the rebound. Sam Scott with the ball and a chance to tie here with 22 seconds. Whistle, and Hatfield wants to talk things over as Jackson might try to play for a last shot here. 47-45, we'll leave it here. I think Coach Hatfield, for one thing, I think he wanted to get Wheelo in the game. I'm not sure for who, but boy, they got lucky on the missed shot by Larson from the free throw line. They got the rebound and a chance to tie here, 47-45. I don't know. What do you think, Marie? Do you play for a three-point win? I don't know who on Jackson can hit a three.
I mean, I think that's the only way you can go. Sam's hit a three today.
Yeah.
Seb, as we know, is fouled out, I believe.
Seb is your three-point guy.
He's usually the one you'll send it to, but
he's sitting, so
I think you have to go. There's only 22 seconds left on the clock, so I think you have to go for a three in this situation. You're not guaranteed the time to get back.
Coach Hatfield, he's got to sketch out a few things.
Drawing up a play for sure for probably a three-point.
Yeah, for one, he needs to draw up a play that gets you tied or gets you the lead, but he's also got to remind the kids what to do on defense, because 22 seconds, an eternity here. And if you make the shot, you got to think about what does Teton do? How do you get back on defense? So a couple of things to consider if you're Coach Hatfield. You got to first tie this thing.
Yep. Or
take a lead, and then you got to worry about defense. Isaac Larson will inbounds, far side from us. Looking for Harlan. He can't find anybody. Now his pass to Keelan is off his hands, out of bounds. Good pressure by Teton. Just didn't allow anything. And the pass to Keelan had no chance. Too strong. And now Wheelo will check in for Sam Scott. Hayden Wheelo, who is a threat to shoot that three, but so is Scott. And now another timeout with 19.8 seconds. Teton with the ball and the lead. And if you're Coach Hatfield, you got to be talking about fouling here. And if you want to foul, who do you foul?
Yep.
We don't have any stats on this Teton team. They play over in Idaho, and they keep their stats secret. But I would imagine you do not want to send either Roosevelt to the line or Hess if you got a chance to hack somebody, and maybe Purcell or Brown. But we've come a long way from having a big lead to now suddenly trying to figure out how you're going to tie it. 47-45. Teton with their first lead. They sure waited a long time to get going, but both coaches trying to mastermind something over there on both sides. For the Timberwolves, momentum all with them. They've got the crowd behind them now, and they're starting to feel like they're going to steal one out of Jackson Hole.
We need to get that black hole over there getting a little rowdy.
Need the black hole to get going.
Lingo.
And, you know, again, for the boys, it's been the same trouble. Seb in foul trouble, and the boys just unable to close out games. It was an issue last year. Purcell inbounds to Hess here, an immediate foul by Scott, and that seemed to be intentional. And you send Braxton Hess to the line. He's a very good three-point shooter, very good perimeter.
Just hope he misses.
Yeah. Hess to the line, 18.6 seconds. Jackson will check in A.J. Fowler for Scott. Fowler is a threat to shoot the three ball if you get down to that. But right now, it's all about Braxton Hess and the ability
There's the black hole a little
the
bit.
senior. He gets that one. Black hole trying to make some noise. 48-45. Hess delivers there with ice water in his veins, gives Teton a three-point lead. It's still a one-possession game, though. This one is crucial. Hess's shot is good. And now Keelan inbounds. Jackson's got to hurry. Isaac Larson brings the ball across the timeline. Isaac, he's got to do something quickly here. The ball to Hannah. Hannah's up with it. No good. Hess with the rebound. And with 6 seconds gets fouled immediately. Larson had to do it.
And that'll foul Larson out.
Larson is done, as Murray points out, and I think so are the Bronx. 49-45. Teton with a lead, and Hess, who is 2 for 2 on his last trip, could all but finish it for Teton. Teton will not set anybody up in the paint as everybody's back. Hess all alone. The senior with the steady hand hits that one as well. And the crowd starting to realize now this one has slipped away. Sam Scott is wanting to check back in, and I'm not sure what the delay is here as the refs talk something over. They will let Scott check back into the game. As Larson, has fouled out, so they've got to let somebody come back in. Hess will shoot another one here. 4.4 seconds to go. Teton with a 5-point lead, make it 6. And Hannah will inbounds to Keelan, trying to save clock by rolling it in. Gavin Keelan, long three, well short. And that'll do it. Teton Timberwolves
Comeback for
pull
sure.
off a bit of a shocker. Definitely a comeback for them. And a missed opportunity for the Jackson Bronx. We'll come back to wrap this one up. The final, Teton 51, Jackson 45. You're listening to Bronx Basketball on KZ95 and Jackson Hole Radio.
All right, listen up, elves. I know this is a busy time of year, and we all have places to be and things to do. But please, don't text and drive. Be careful. Last week, Sheldon and Shipping crashed into a load of Legos. And yesterday, Randy and Rapping ran through a red light. Just slow down, buckle up, and put your phone down while you drive. Thank you. Now get back to work.
Stop the texts, stop the wrecks. Brought to you by YDOT.
At High Country Linens Paper and Cleaning Supply Outlet, we've got you covered. We have cleaning supplies for all your needs, like Bona hardwood floor cleaner, brooms and mops, dusters and buffers, Swiffers and brushes, scrubbers and squeegees for every job, Murphy oil, orange oil, and Pledge for your home or office, products from the Clean Environment Company, Envirox, and bathroom cleaners from the Natural House for the safe environmental solution. For dishwashers to laundry, Cascade and Jet Dry, Dawn and Joy, Tide, Arm & Hammer, Shout, Clorox, and Bounce. And get the window cleaning tools the pros use. Spray bottles, extended washers, buckets, and squeegees for the cleanest windows. Browse products at highcountrylinen.com or call 739-1311, 739-1311, or drop in at High Country Linens Paper and Cleaning Supply Outlet, 335 North Glenwood Street, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and don't forget, we deliver.
All right, we're back with the Bronx post-game show, and Coach Hayden Hatfield has eluded us for the moment. Marie was trying to track him. Marie, I thought you're faster than Coach Hatfield. Come on.
I thought so, but he was already halfway to the locker room.
That's no excuse. Yeah, young kid like you should be able to run him down.
Maybe I should try harder next time.
We'll see. Coach Hatfield may be wanting to talk to the boys first, so we'll wrap up with some stats. This one, disappointing way to end the day, but I don't know, there's some bright spots. Run down the stats for us as we keep an eye out on who we think might be the Century 21 Relentless player of the game. I don't know, but Keelan had a great game. What do you got?
Yeah, so early on, before the foul trouble, fouling out, we had Seb with 10 points and 1 rebound. And then on top of that, Gavin and Andrew both have 12. So that was setting them up there pretty well. Gavin has 9 rebounds, and then so does Andrew. They both are 12 points, 9 rebounds. Andrew's 4 from 8 from the line, and Gavin's 4 from 5 for the line.
Okay.
Isaac had 4 points, Carson had 4 points, and Sam Scott had 3.
Well, how many points did Hannah have?
12.
12, and how many boards?
He had 9.
That's a pretty good game. For some reason,
And so
I just
did
felt like
Gavin had 12 and 9 also.
I wanted more out of him. Really?
Yep.
Man. So Hannah, who is chasing his 3rd consecutive double-double, comes up just that short unless Marie's stats were off. But Gavin Keelan, in addition to rebounding and shooting, I thought his defense was pretty stout.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you...
Yeah, I mean, I think Gavin definitely stood out not only on offensive and defensive sides, but the blocked shots on top of everything were also really good. He kept it pretty cool, and then at the free throw line, his percentage was great. So I think that added a lot to the team.
Yeah, he had a pretty smooth game. It's just would have liked to seen more from Seb Brunner, but that's going to be an issue all year, whether he can stay in the game with fouls, with emotions. But, man, when he's in the game, he's electric. There's no doubt, but you got to take the good with the bad. Seb is going to light it up sometimes, and sometimes he's going to be riding pine because he just can't stay in the game. But it isn't all on him. This team had plenty of opportunities to put this one away. And, again, this seems to be something that's the neck-up issue. What's in your head? This team still, I think, lacks the confidence to believe.
Yep.
I think they look up and they see a 12 win. They think we shouldn't. They look at it. It seems like a team that's finding a way to lose. Last year they were. And I know Coach Hatfield wants to change that identity and change the culture, and I think he will. But right now, it reminded me of that kind of Bronx team that's like, we shouldn't be here. We don't deserve to be here winning. How are we going to blow this one?
Yeah, I think a lot of it just has to do with, again, how young they are. I mean, there's only so many games, and then the varsity vibe on itself, the atmosphere of playing in a varsity game is very different from some of these kids that are just out of middle school. And then on top of that, we had a crazy atmosphere here on both sides towards the end. Jackson was a little less loud than Teton.
I know. Teton brought
it. They came and they were loud, and I think that got in some of the guys' heads.
Timberwolves did bring the thunder. And, yes, when you felt the tide start to shift, all of a sudden the Bronx game started to melt away. So, I don't know. You want to give 24 the Century 21 player of the game?
20? I think I have to. I think Gavin stood out and kept his cool under the pressure, and for being so young, he did pretty well with that, and then his stats obviously back it up. I
like it. Gavin Keelan is our relentless athlete of the game from Century 21. When you need a relentless athlete representing you in your real estate deal, it better be Century 21. C21JH.com. Find them on the internet. Let's hear from Century 21, and we'll be back one last time to wrap things up.
Century 21 Jackson Hole Fine Homes and Estates is affiliated with the most recognized name in the real estate industry, providing unique listings, exclusive services, and exceptional results. Century 21 Jackson Hole Fine Homes and Estates will put their love for the area and lifetime of Jackson Hole knowledge and experience to work for you. Go to C21JH.com to view their listings, email team@C21JH.com, or contact Ted Dawson, Kent Hobson, Dawson Smith, Julie Force-Pointner, Caitlin King, or Mike Nantes. Century 21 Jackson Hole Fine Homes and Estates, Find your place with them.
At High Country Linen Service, we know that first impressions begin at your front door. More than 80% of the dust, dirt, and grime in buildings is tracked in from the outside. Entry mats eliminate most of that dirt before it gets into your building. For your cleaner and safer workspace, rental mats from High Country Linen Service are a must, and we've got you covered. Clean mats every week at all high-traffic areas, front and back doors, customer counters, kitchen entries, laundered and delivered to your floors. We're committed to clean energy for clean linen. Freshly laundered and sanitized premium quality linens, towels, aprons, and uniforms. Laundered and finished with cutting-edge energy-efficient technology. Good for the planet and good for your business. High Country Linen Service, delivering dependability and premium quality since 1931. Call 733-2638, 733-2638, or stop in at High Country Linen Service on North Glenwood.
Back one last time in Jackson, just to recap, the Lady Bronx victorious over the Lady Timberwolves, and the Jackson boys almost were able to complete the sweep. Started off strong and just let that one slip away as we split. Girls victorious, boys not, and our next broadcast next time up, January 7th, Lander. That game on the road, but meanwhile, we'll take a 2-week break. Marie, so cool to have you along with us. That adds all the element we've been lacking.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
That's what we've been missing. Yeah, that was great. I'm looking forward to a season of broadcasting. It's Jake Nichols for Jackson Hole Radio, Marie Kane providing color and interviews. Miss Coach Hatfield, but we'll try to get him next time. We're trying to get the coaches used to the routine that, post-game they do the interview. They'll get it, and so will the teams get it, but been a fun night, and we wish all of us at Jackson Hole Radio and KZ95 wish you and yours a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We'll see you after the break, January 7th. Lander, the next game up for the boys and girls. From Jackson Hole High School, signing off. Once again, this one brought to you by our friends at Century 21, Jackson Hole Fine Homes and Estates, Jackson Lumber, Jackson's original board store, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Legend Driven, High Country Linen, premier rental service for linens, uniforms, and entry mats, Wyoming Department of Transportation, keeping our highways safe, and the town square inns of Jackson Hole, including the Antler Inn, Elk Country Inn, Cowboy Village Resort, and 49er Inn and Suites. For Marie Kane, I'm Jake Nichols, wishing you good afternoon. See you again down the road.